generations of
The different types of dyslexia. I remember being in class and the teacher started to call on people to read the textbook out loud. My anxiety started to increase. I was terrified of having to read out loud in front of the whole class. Once she called on me and I started to read, I struggled to complete a sentence without stuttering. I would get to words I didn't know and freeze. That was the first time I realized was different from the other kids in my class, and it wasn't until high school when I was tested and diagnosed with dyslexia. According to the International Dyslexia Association, approximately 15 to 20% of people have dyslexia and are affected by this. This means that around 1 in every 5 individuals have some form of dyslexia. Additionally, it is estimated that boys are more likely to get diagnosed with dyslexia than girls. Understanding the various types of dyslexia like phonological, surface, and rapid naming dyslexia can help explain the complexity of this learning disability and the importance of adapted educational strategies that can address the unique challenges faced by people. This ultimately promotes more effective learning interventions and supports for those who struggle. Now you may be asking what dyslexia is and what do most people struggle with. We'll first start off with the most common type of dyslexia and then go into the second and third most common ones. Phonological dyslexia is often considered the most common type when the word dyslexia is mentioned. This significantly impacts an individual's ability to process and manipulate sounds and language, and is a brain-based disorder caused by a neurological processing problem. People with phonological dyslexia struggle with phonological and/or phonemic awareness. Phonemic and phonological awareness are the skills that allow us to read, decode, and sound out words. Symptoms of phonological dyslexia are difficulties with learning sounds made by letters or letter combinations, difficulties sounding out unfamiliar words, slow reading, and avoiding reading activities. It is estimated that around 70 to 80% of people with dyslexia have phonological dyslexia. This form is one of the most common types of dyslexia. Effective interventions also include phonics-based approaches wherein individuals are taught to connect sounds with letters to improve their reading skills. The second most common form of dyslexia is surface dyslexia. The main difference between phonological and surface dyslexia is the difficulty with decoding the words. Surface dyslexia is characterized by difficulties with recognizing whole words and relying on phonetic decoding instead. Individuals with this type of dyslexia often struggle with irregularly spelled words, making it challenging to read fluently and comprehend text effectively. The brain fails to recognize what a word looks like in order to process the word quickly. It affects words that need to be memorized because they don't sound how they're spelled, making it more difficult to sound them out. Some symptoms of surface dyslexia are difficulties with whole word recognition and spelling, slow to read, as well as avoiding reading activities. When it comes to new words, it can be difficult to both read the new word by sight and words that don't sound out the way that they're spelled. Because phonological and surface dyslexia are the most similar, it is common to have both types of dyslexia. The next type of dyslexia is one that sometimes goes unnoticed because it's not your typical dyslexia struggles. Rapid naming dyslexia is characterized by difficulty in quickly retrieving and pronouncing words, letters, or numbers, which can significantly impact reading fluency and the overall academic performance. This type of dyslexia can be connected to both reading speed and the processing speed for reading. People with this can say the names of colors, numbers, and letters, but it can take them longer to think of those correct words. Effective individuals often demonstrate slow response times when asked to name items, which can lead to frustration and reduce their confidence in their reading abilities. This type of dyslexia may also be linked to difficulties in processing visual information quickly, further complicating reading tasks. The symptoms of rapid naming dyslexia are frequently substituting words or leaving words out totally, slow to respond verbally, as well as slower to complete reading or writing assignments. Recognizing rapid naming dyslexia is crucial for implementing effective educational strategies, interventions that include time exercise, games, and multisensory approaches can help improve retrieval speed and build confidence. By tailoring support to address the unique challenges of students with rapid naming dyslexia, educators can enhance learning outcomes and promote a more supportive educational experience. According to Mastermind Behavior, educational interventions are essential to fostering success in students with dyslexia. Strategies should target specific areas such as phonetic awareness, letter recognition, reading comprehension, fluency, and vocabulary building. Individualized educational plan (IEPs) can be developed to provide structured support tailored to each student's need. In conclusion, overall, the three types were phonological dyslexia, which affects the ability to process and manipulate sounds and language. An example of this could be struggling to sound out words or identify letter sounds, like not being able to pronounce cat due to the confusion with the sounds. The next was surface dyslexia, difficulty to recognize whole words and decoding irregular spelled words. An example of this one would be struggling with words like through and colonial, where spelling doesn't match pronunciation, leading to slower reading. Rapid naming dyslexia is difficulty quickly retrieving and pronouncing words, letters, or numbers, slower reading and response time. An example of this would be taking a longer time to name the color of an object or respond to simple questions such as slowly saying the word blue when asked. Understanding the most common types of dyslexia can help you in your future when communicating with people around you. As we know, there isn't a cure for any type of medication that can get rid of this, so learning what dyslexia is can help create normalcy around it.